to the Sexy Extra Intuitive Weekly, people. Today we're going to talk about the end of Pluto in Sagittarius, moving into the sign Capricorn. As many of you may know, Pluto takes about 270 years to make a 360-degree rotation through all 12 signs. So happy birthday to Pluto in Capricorn. We're at 1 degree Pluto in Capricorn today. I'm sure that everybody can feel it. Now, Pluto is the planet of what I like to call what we resist persists on a personal level in a person's chart. It's kind of like the tiny splinter under your foot that sometimes you can ignore it, and at other times it's extremely painful and demands a lot of rigorous attention. These things are Plutonian in nature. Pluto is also the marker of underground generational energy, something that is always there yet not noticeable. I say underground because Pluto's ruler is Scorpio, and Scorpio likes to keep everything very secret. So it's what shows up out there without anybody's really thinking of it, sort of unconscious, like Scorpio. These things are very Plutonian in nature. Like attitudes, fashion, design, language, pop culture, Pluto's energy is undeniable and powerful. Sometimes it's destructive. It wants to affect a lot of people, so therefore it really shows up everywhere. Pluto can be destructive, but at the same time it rebuilds. It's the ultimate healing planet, and if you listen closely, it can be extremely transformative on a very personal level. So, depending on where it shows up in your chart, Pluto is issues that generally need to be worked on, but in the end, you glean so much benefit from. Pluto was not quite so comfortable in Sagittarius. For one thing, it was like a big overspending, irresponsible hippie parent that was left to babysit us. Pluto's nature is introspective, and therefore in Sagittarius, it wasn't quite so comfortable. Sagittarius is anything but introspective. Sagittarius also is the king of irresponsibility, on its negative side rather. So it makes sense that during this time there's been some excessive war spending. Am I right? In addition to being overly generous, Sag likes to make history. So it's easy to see that there's been a lot of ego about in the area of innovative ideas in order to teach, which rules Sagittarius, or in order to make more money. The best of Pluto in Sagittarius definitely would be book writing of a historical nature, filmmaking of course as well. Anything that has to do with history and thinking globally and the dissolution of borders. In business, it would hallmark a time of big businesses coming and going overnight, seemingly. The dot-com boom and bust was an excellent example of Pluto in Sagittarius. So, Pluto in Capricorn is actually much more comfortable. It's like the age of Cinderella. It's the beginning of the need to be frugal again, which we did have during the Depression era when Pluto was in Cancer, mind you. Almost 100 years ago? 80 years ago. Anyway, it could also herald the time of economic crisis, unfortunately. Initially, yet later, it will bring more quality and better solutions to the world. So brace yourselves for a little bit of like needing to work harder for the money. Essentially, I guess that's what it boils down to for all of us. Hopefully not too much greed. Again, Capricorn can have a very greedy, meanie streak sometimes, but generally, I think they're more spiritual in nature. Those Capricorns out there are people with a lot of Capricorn than they were like even 20 years ago. Overall, Pluto in Capricorn is going to be much more comfortable and calm. So remember, people, to put more quality time into that work, and politeness always pays. And sorry, Sagittarius, the party is over. Help, taxi! Oh my goodness, is that my new house? That roof must be brand new. Did you see it?